If you want your kale to keep growing all season long, you need to know the proper way to harvest it. And that's what I'll be showing you in this video. By the way, I'm Bree. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're interested in learning how you can grow your own food and herbs and how to use fresh produce and fresh herbs to make your own skincare products, recipes, and herbal medicine, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel to stay connected. So to ensure your kale keeps growing throughout the season, you want to be harvesting the leaves that are on the outside of the plant. So here I'm pointing to the inner leaves, the center of the plant. This is where the growth is coming from. This is where all of the new leaves are coming from. So you do not want to harvest here or your kale will not continue to grow. You want to harvest the outside leaves, the larger leaves, the ones that have been there for a while. That's not where the growth is coming from. So it's safe to harvest from the outer leaves. So I'm just going to the outside of my plant where the older leaves are and grabbing the stem and pulling in a downward motion until it snaps. You don't need tools or a knife. You can use that if it helps you, but it's not necessary. It typically just snaps off. So I'm just snapping off all of the outer leaves, just a simple downward pull, and it should come right off. One thing to note, it is very, very important that you leave a few leaves on your kale so that it is able to continue growing. So the leaves absorb the sunlight, create food for the plant, and it transfer that energy down to the roots, which allows the plant to continue to grow. So even if all of your leaves look like they're able to be harvested and you have only a few tiny, tiny, super tiny babies in the center, leave at least 2 leaves so that the kale has enough surface area on those bigger leaves to continue to absorb sunlight. So just to give you guys an update on the soil experiment that I mentioned in my uppotting video, I will link it somewhere on the screen. So here on the right is the kale that I planted in pure cow manure compost. This plant got established after transplanting much faster than the other kale plant on the left, which is in potting soil. So the cow manure compost only kale, you can see it has more leaves. The potting soil makes kale just caught up as far as like leaf production, but it seems as though the kale is really loving the cow manure compost. Both are doing well, but this one got established much faster than the potting soil. Next week, I'll be sharing with you guys a cold pressed juice recipe that your skin will absolutely love using this kale I harvested and some other fresh ingredients. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already.